want to hear the door slam. I want to hear his foot. I want to see your hatred for what your husband right now, boyfriend. Okay. Acting class series. Remember, I want to get a couple seconds so they'll remember the camera's on you the whole time. Acting class series. Bring it a little this way, a little higher. There we go. Acting class series, take one. Yeah, but yeah. Make count. I'm going to be interrupting you all along. You know, like it's
Wait, bad. No.
Action. We take that again. Again. I want this. You know, you've been operating as a doctor all day. You know how tired are you when you when you get home from acting gigs all day? When I'm done my own kids, yeah, exhausted. All right, now you got to say you probably have a loving husband who cooks, but imagine you coming home and your husband is just sitting there on his ass, deadbeat, with a drink in his hand, belling you to drink in your hands. You know. Yep. Whole occupation. I want an after the shit in the minutes. So when she's walking in, you're familiar with the sticks. Yep. Yeah. No. So when you walk in, remember, it's for the camera. Cameras are here. I'm playing for the camera. Play for the camera. Closer. So I want that wood because that seeing you come over here in between these two cars is the same thing when we come full circle. Is so let's but the back. I call back.
Just be careful with the audio that it doesn't ruffle on anything, the microphone.
Now this is 32-bit flow, and it automatically wipes that shit out. Was your mic 32-bit?
DPI mic is 32-bit.
No, you can have the individual microphones on by clicking it. I just hate going into the thing and
pulling each audio after every.
Yeah, I don't like it's a lot at all.
Yeah, it's a bad.
So, all right, you want to keep it big, keep all that stuff in it that we did. All right, once again, 5 seconds, action. You're going to dry your hair first? You're going to wring your hair out? No. All right, it's something about purpose. Everything you do must have a purpose. You know, you're a woman. You spend more time in the mirror than me, Paul. Well, you spend more time in the mirror than me. So, you know, if your hair is English pop. Yeah. What do you? No. It's what you would do. What? Yes. Today's perfect. Like Stella Adler used to say, everything you do must have purpose. Do what you would do in real life under the watchful eye of the camera. All right, let's move it on to starting with the wet hair. Okay. Hold song. What would you do to get us a bench?
I don't know if I want to get attention marker to free. But being nice. Okay. Yeah, just to annoy that is on level.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not here. I'm trying to understand you.
You're trying to screw submission.
I was hot.
Can try to swoon into submission and unless your ego is hurt.
Use it. I am trying. I'm trying to understand you. Try to know you. I'm trying to love you. But I don't know how. Because you don't getting me.
Oh, so the vent burn was you branding me like I cackle?
I'm trying. Damn it. I don't know you. I don't know you because you don't give me anything.
I give you anything.
All right, priest friend. We've all had those relationships that had situations, complications, and then verge of almost losing someone. I want that. I want to see a relationship on the bricks of falling apart. Okay? You know what it is when you get to be my age? When I was young, excuse my French, it's cocktail waitresses two at a time. Then I got a hooter, and
But the thing is, but what you're saying, John, is that you want to see two people in a relationships that's about to fall apart who at
this holding on.
who at this time don't even like each other.
No, they do.
No.
Yeah, they do love each other, but the thing is, as in anything, I mean, I've had past relationships where we're trying to hold this together. Come on, work with me. You know what I mean? If those relationships, quick ones, you don't care. But she's a looker. And you've been through the worst hell imaginable. You've been at war. You're dealing with your alcoholism, your PTSD. and you love him, but maybe because he's hitting the bottle, it's altering your perception. He is an alcoholic in the sea, right? Or this particular moment. So he's mixing his alcoholism mixed in with his PTSD. So, and yeah, you love her. So the thing is, you got to have multiple things happening. There must be the 3 or 4 internal monologues that's driving the external monologue forward. What was that line, your opening line?
I'm trying to understand you.
That opening line's got to count.
Yeah.
Trying to understand you, but you're not giving me anything. I want to see like X. In reality, in another way, I may not be right. I may not be right for this, but in my mind, I visualize how this would play out on TV. Okay, understanding the relationship between you, the story, and the camera and the audience you will never meet. Do you want them to watch you?
Yeah.
Then bring something to the table that makes them want to watch. I've been in that room where they saying, I like this guy. What's happening? I remember my play, How I Killed My Roommate, when it became a movie. I wanted to play the lead. And I gave it everything I got. And the guy from, the movie Sling Blade? The same pickups company that was interested in my Michelin script. And it's John basically, I read, he goes, no one's going to watch your ass for $12. Make them want to watch your ass. Once. So, this is not an acting class. There's multiple cameras, more cameras than, I can count. But you got to make it count. You got to bring something to the table. You too. Okay. All right, keep going.
Right, they would add up to the nectar.
We'll meet at a bus stop.
Guys, just so you know, because there's cats here, they will follow you out the door. Just make sure they're not by the door and don't let the door slam. All right. So the cats have left. Someone.
Oh, wait, now. Yeah, what?
We moved beyond the house.
So was remember that was happening that,
Okay. I don't know. I'm trying to love you, and I don't know how.
Oh, I can do everything.
Okay, yeah, we do that. Okay. Yes, you don't give me anything.
Give you everything.
Find the beats. Find the sounds. You're in between the liquor, feeding, the dishes, everything. Maybe at the end when you go to sit this with the thing, forget the train, but then he had in the lap.
Forget that.
Be cool. Train.
All right. I give you everything.
Burke. Burke. Edmund Burke. Or Creston Burke. You were engaged. It was almost a wedding. Why didn't
I get $100,000 cinematic effect Troney to get a cat there. Use it. Just use it. Only because I will tell you, there's too many times to be on set. Actors don't know how to touch it. No, I'm a preparer. I get the story about I had a suit write her own little theater piece or someone else's theater piece. Her husband, she had under her husband said $40,000 on the set. She just stood there like this, with a $40,000 set behind it. She goes, what do you think? I go, you didn't touch a goddamn thing. We were designers. That's why we're not on set of a phone internet. Because what is it called? Also security. It's more than just a phone. For us, it's a light bulb. Or exactly, you should do that. Use it. All right, keep going.
All right, let me go back. Preston Burke, you were engaged. There was almost a wait. Why didn't that happen?
Let's take that back. I want a long beat. Because I've been there filming it. There's got to be the build-up.
Yes, I know. But we're just trying to go back and so she can get her line in. That's all. All right.
Burke. Do Burke.
Okay, I'll go with Burke. 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 Preston Burke. You were engaged. There was almost a wedding. Why did that?
We're not with us.
You see, you give me nothing. Maybe I was trying to screw you into submission. Maybe I was trying to connect. Well, I'll try anything, but you have to give me something back.
Look, it's a relative.
Oh yeah, like I'll be in 3 years.
This.
We take it back a little bit. It's slightly holistic. Slightly energy. We've all had that relationship that was falling apart. You know, and it's not like you're 16 years old, like Juan or Eli or Zakai or Donna. You know, you are mature, older adults. You know, has anybody here ever been divorced? Anybody?
Yes.
So it's not just breaking up, there's a whole separation of all the property, friends, pets. You know, people you've known for your entire 30, 40, 50 years or 30 years of marriage, you can no longer call them. You know, you can't pick up the phone while you're all chopping it. You can't do that. So when that separates, you know, you don't want that maybe because you're cohabitating together. Are you living together in this?
I give it get it.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, you're living together. Chances are because of their financial position, maybe you own the apartment because you can afford that as a docker. And maybe you're just there as a ornament. So one thing you don't want to be even as an ornament, you know, and as an actor, you don't want to be living on your own. This is not becoming it. So the thing is, you know, maybe you hold the cards to the apartment or the loft or the condo, whatever the case may be, but try to you want this to work. You know, Burke is out of pain and it's out of fright. Not accusing her of stealing, but I know, but see pain. You don't see pain? Pain. You know what? You know, I know how old you are. Ready, bud? Wait. Yeah. You know, I'm going to be 64. I get 64 years of life experience. Life, death, murder. I've seen shit that no one should ever see. I live right on World Trade Center shitting down. I saw people pit that ground at 300 miles an hour. You know, I'm able to pick and choose. Someone says, John, I need you to cry. I need you to show emotion. Sure, we're the only person here, but if this was a real life audition is 200,000 other actors waiting. So try it. And dance hyperability flat.
So where do you go back to Burke again? Burke.
Let's get from let's carry on. Get from the wheels.
Let's, before you say birth, only because remember, the camera's there. Watch this. Birth. You have 4 cameras pointing right at you going birth. Here, there's only one. Got? Okay. So the thing is, and this is important. You want to think as an actor. You don't think like an actor. Think like an editor. You have to, if there's one camera, you work with that one camera. If there's 2 cameras, you work with those 2 cameras. We have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you have 4 or 5 cameras here. I'm going to work with the camera. If I'm over here, you got 1 camera on you. If I'm over here, where's all the cameras? Give you that Burke.
Okay. Burke.
You want to think like an editor. Too many times actors think like actors. Think like an editor. What are you going to do that's going to make the editor like you? I had this guy in my class. I don't would say Dave's name. Yes. But he goes, how come you've never used this? Because you didn't give me anything. You want to give me, this is a real felt, because you want to give me something. You want the editor, you want the director, you want those people involved in the process to cast you. You're so concerned why did you use it in the film? And I was like, you didn't give me anything. You didn't make me like you. Make me like you. Make the editor like. Okay. I'm not editing yet, right? Oh, no. Burke, I want to see relationship falling apart on Garrett, and I want to see relationship falling apart on your. Okay.
Are you finished?
So it's already that.
Burke. Well, Burke. Preston Burke. You 2 were engaged. There was supposed to be a wedding. Why didn't that happen?
No. You're not giving this.
You see, you get nothing. Maybe I was trying to screw you into submission. Maybe I was trying to connect.
Our cat's back in the shop. Is there?
I'll try anything. I'll try anything. But you've got to give me something back.
Burke is irrelevant.
Oh. Yeah. Like I'll be in 3 years' time. No, I'm trying to love you. I'm trying to love you. Why won't you let me? For
we take that walk around again.
Sure. Do we run the other way? Kind of felt like going that way to the cameras.
This is one far.
That wasn't a twat. It's the green. Oh.
Nope, that, you took the quickest. You went. I didn't hear it.
I must skip it.
Oh, no, you're fine. You just went right to the chair. You know what? But we filmed this with the gimbal. I do everything slow. So, rather than doing everything in less than 2 seconds, take some time. Savor that. Does anybody here ever had a pot town?
On a kid.
Never. Okay. Now, I eat joy very slowly every once in a while, dirty Tito with vodka. Even though it's different ice cubes, they all have a name. Those ice cubes have a name. Savor it.
Oh, 64.
Yeah, that's why when you go to a bar, and maybe a little bar, the bar, what's behind the bar is a mirror, right? In most cases, with the liquor cabinet behind you, right? You know why the mirror's there? You can see the colors of your soul. See, it's the colors of your soul. I want to see the colors of your soul without the mirror from this moment on. Because, yeah. All right, Bruce, step right now. You had the 11-hour surgery, then went shopping. You wasn't answering the phone. You come home. The dishes are piling up in the sink. Maybe the husband with the ass on or something. Even ass on or something. So all that you're feeling right now, you're about to break apart. You're about to fall apart. I want to somehow see this. The camera, he's picking up audio. Some actors just deliver audio and nothing else. That's what it does. But the camera has to be able to pick up everybody that's ever screwed you, loved you, hated you, fucked you over. You fucked them. It's got to have the ability to pick that up. It's about the colors of your soul, the depths of the humanity, and how far you're willing to go. Just press that.
I know.
Just
Coming by us, beast.
try to bite it.
I know, I felt that.
Keep going.
Took something. He took little pieces of me. Little pieces so small I didn't even realize, He wanted me to be someone I wasn't. And so I made myself into what he wanted. For a minute I was me, seen again. Next I was lying at everything and jeopardizing my career. And agreeing to be married and wear a ring and be a bride. And so one day I was standing there in a wedding dress and a white necklace. And I wasn't seeing the young boy.
And I put it back again.
I would have. I lost myself for a very long time. And now that I am finally me again, I pop. Just. I know. I love more than I the book. I know. Because when you asked me to ignore Teddy's page, you took a piece of me. And I let you. They'll never forget.
Behold.
You can leave. I'm just going to be an old captain.
All right. I'm back. I'm a late job, guys. Get them out, bro. All right. One thing I want to do is you did your beer is for a close off. I want that because when we shoot this, it has to neck here. I'm going with the gimbal. Ooh. Five big spike salads.
Oh. I was seeing it, so.
So, Uta
He was. One day I was B. The CBF. And next I was my executive. I jeopardizing my career and agreeing to be a bride, wear a ring, and marry. Until one day I was standing there in a wedding dress, no eyebrows. I wasn't Christina Yen anymore. Then I would back. What if I lost myself for a very long time? And now I'm finally me again? And love you more than I love, but
All right. Let's talk about this. You have big questions?
oh. So you were saying about to seeing color for your soul.
You what?
You're talking about the camera seeking color for your soul and the camera picking up on that, even when you're up speak. So, to do an analytic expression and internal quality that.
The biggest problem I have with a lot of actors is they want to take a minute C and make it into 30 seconds.
Well,
I mean, there's a lot you could do in 30 seconds. Just as managed to go for. But see, why was like, are you sure about your head, girls? But what I'm saying, you're gonna be on set and I'll watch actors. I'm like, why are they rushed in?
No.
Silence is powerful. the stuff you don't say is equally, if not more important than the shit that comes out of your mouth. Silence is powerful. You know, I mean, one of the earlier plays I did back in the 80s, in the 83, 84, I'd played part on stage, and I had to stand there with a banana, so trying to figure out what do I do for 10 minutes. I had to stand there on stage with a banana. So what I did was I went to the wall. You know, and then when I turned around, I was peeling the banana. But I was 9, 10 minutes. People thought I was peeing against the wall. I was peeling the banana. So you want to leave it up to their interpretation. That's silence. You know, let's then your audience try to figure out what the fuck is happening in their minds, in your head. And how they interpret it is different. Rather than, you know, actors think you have to say one line, then say one line, then say one line, then say line. Sometimes you don't have to. Now, granted, the original C for this Grey's Anatomy, there was the lines are right on top of each other. Oh, yeah, but see the difference between that's not here. You know, normally we're filming it with 1 or 2 cameras. We just have that 4. But, you know, with all that stuff on set, you got people with 3 cameras, you got people doing B-roll, you have 100 people doing filming, editing, coloring, color grading, probably 20 people in a company working on audio. You have all those people, you know, making it all happen, you know, with a $2, $3, $4, $5 million budget per episode. Here, just me and my bro gas. So it's up to you. I want you to, you know, see, when you watch the show, it doesn't have to be like the show. I don't want it like the show. I didn't watch TV. So, you know, I want you to pick your own way. I want to show that the actor can pick shit up when they're acting. I want to show that the actor knows how to drink, he knows how to live. There's animals on it, all this stuff. I'm looking at it saying, okay, she knows how to work. She knows how to work pets. She knows what occupation is. Occupation, I call it occupation. You're physically doing something. A lot of actors can't do this at the same time. You have to be able to work at multiple things. I can't do that. You have to be able to work it at the same time. You want to be a multi-dimensional actor. You know, that's why I see some actors that go to one acting teacher, and it's like you're being one-dimensional going to one acting teacher. I try to tell my people, go out to as many acting teachers possible. You know what I mean? Like when I studied with Lee, I wouldn't have found out about Uta Hagen if I didn't study out with Lee. I would have found about Stella Adler if I didn't study with Uta Hagen. You find out about these things. Be an actor that is quasi-dimensional. You know? And that's why I don't, you know, follow the method, follow the fuck method. Because you know what? I've been on set and actors go, do you have petition? Get the fuck out of here. I find my own way of doing this. You want to find me what is uniquely and distinctly you, Bill. You, Claire. Cutter, Drake, Golden, Drake, Humala. And sell the fucking house. The bottom line is, you know, they don't care about who you study with. They don't care who you study with me or whoever and whoever. For me, they care about the image you create there. To me, that says everything. Acting classes is nothing but one big scam meant to kick you with seats. That's all it is. You know, my method is only there to sell seats and sell books. Like Uta Strasberg, I used to study with Big Bad in 79. You know, she said, you know, I go, how does it feel, you know, being married? She was my neighbor in New York, Uta Strasberg. She goes, you're only as good as your PR. Okay, and I tell actors, if you have that money, don't come to acting class. You got a publicist. Publicist's job is to get you out there, to give you maximum exposure. Agents, casting directors are very local. They can't do this. They can't really do anything for you. They could do some stuff, But think of those power players that you watch. Give me a movie you went to see recently.
I went to,
Course. I want to say that movie called Course.
Who's in it?
Ah.
Okay. All these movie stars, I didn't know what they don't tell you that, but what keeps them in the thing is their publicists. When Will Smith went up and big smacked Chris Rock, the first people to talk was their publicists. How are we going to handle this? So, I mean, I've had the publicist at times, and his job is to get my books out there. So, if I sell in England or your neighborhood or Wales, so that's their job. A publicist's job is to get you out there. So if you can afford a publicist, you don't need me. Just to, here should come by. But you know what I'm saying? Yes. All right. Anybody have any questions? Donna? Alisa? You? Nobody has any questions? All right. Plaza.
It is 8:47.
But I just wanted to think for a moment. It's almost 9. I'm going to come at 9. There's another whole level of acting out there. I think it was stripping. There's another whole level of acting out there. When you watch TV, they think like A-listers. I want you guys, when you step in this classroom, to think like A-listers. What do they do? You get on that TV. What do they do? I mean, back in the day, rain and snow, shit or hell, I was in class. These days, people, it's a bit chilly outside. It's 40 degrees. I don't think I'll be coming to class. Where are you, fucking Atlanta? But, if this thing works out where we do it regularly, and I mean, there's people that come and go. I don't want them in it. You know what I mean? It just, show up and think you're going to be on camera. No. Back in the day, my ass was in class every day. I was there 3, 4, 5 days a week, riding a fucking bike from Queens to Manhattan. I was there. So, these days, people don't commit. And I said this again, this is Philadelphia. And no offense to anybody, but please, this is important. Casting director once told me, if we're going to do a movie in L.A., we're going to cast New York or L.A. actors. If we do a movie in New York, we're going to cast New York or L.A. actors. If they do a movie in Philadelphia, we're going to use New York or L.A. actors. In New York, when I taught there for 27 years, they're committed to classes, getting themselves out there, networking. So the thing is, I get upset because, here it is. I see these cameras, we film you for a fraction of whatever, where other places, no names, I didn't say, the names on the thing. They charge $3,000 for 3 scenes. Granted, their work is immaculate, but it's just a matter of colorization. So, and when I teach in Jersey, same thing I'm doing here, but we're charging $500 a month. What I do in New York, it's $1,000 for 1 scene. So, take advantage of it while you can. Get scripts, get a book. Let's spell and brew what we came here to do. All right. Kill it. low battery, just inside.